Linda with Sweet Aria Decor. I go live every Monday at noon Central for Monday Crafternoons, and today we're going to be doing not one, but two whimsical spring-summer arrangements. So I've got some really cute ones. I've got this cup here, and then I have this one we're going to do as well. I'll explain more about that one when we go to it, but this one, so this is a little planter. I got this in the 40% off section over at Michael's. Not Michael's, Hobby Lobby. It's Hobby Lobby. See, it was the $19.99, but then with 40% off. So that would make it, I think, $12, if my math is correct, which it is not always. So what I have done with this is I have taken a can of Gaps and Cracks, that is the spray foam insulation, and I have used that on the inside. I will tell you, don't spray this one. I should have used a foam block because I made a pink one, and what happened was there's some little spots down here for drainage, and the Gaps and Cracks, I didn't realize that, the Gaps and Cracks started coming out. So it kind of came out, and then I had to peel off all the sticky stuff. So I would use block foam and then just glue that inside. But I've already done this. So, and this one actually turned out okay. So this one doesn't have any problems. But what I want to do is level this off right now. So this has sat for over 24 hours. It's actually been more like 72, I think. So this is good and solid. Okay, let me turn my fan down. And then I'm going to take this floral knife and I'm going to cut this so it is all level. I want an even playing field. There we go. I feel like I just took someone's brain off. It's kind of gross. But I saved this because you never know when you could use this on something. So I'm going to put that right over there. All right, so we have a nice flat piece to start with. Sometimes there'll be like little bubbles inside, but this one's pretty good. So what I want to do is I've got the handle here. I'm going to make a bow, and the bow is going to kind of come out and spill over the edge. I'm going to do some little loopies with that. And then we're going to fill this with different kinds of greenery. I have 2 of these mixed bushes. We have these beautiful yellow roses. I also, if I need to, I have some of this as well if I need to add in more mixed greenery, but I think I'll be okay. I don't think I'm going to use that one. I also have this yellow, I guess it's Astilbe from At Home. I got 2 of those. And then I also have, if I need it, some of these that came from Hobby Lobby. That was the $5.99, but I think it was 40% off. So these are the materials I have to work with. And this actually makes a pretty quick arrangement, to be honest. So what I want to do, though, is start with my bow. And we're going to be doing a bee theme. So I got this cute little pick, right? I've had this since last year. A little dusty. And I've got this really cool bee ribbon. Okay, so we are going to start by making a bow. I'm going to bring my bow maker over here. This is my Easy Bows Design Pro. Okay, last time I moved my glue pot and I touched by the black and I burnt the crap out of my fingers, so I'm really trying not to do that again. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. I want to make sure you guys can see it. All right, looking good. Now, when I make arrangements, I like to use just 1.5 inch ribbon because 2.5 inch, unless it's a huge arrangement, it just seems a little big. All right, so this one, I want a 10-inch tail. Okay, I'm going to put it in here. Now, this is the Easy Bows Design Pro. There is a link to it in my link tree, but this is my favorite wreath making tool. I could not make a bow without this. I have some tendon problems in my hand, and I don't have a good grip. So if you can make a bow by hand, you are awesome. I just can't. Okay, so I've pinched and twisted. So I've got the pretty pattern over here. And then I got the icky over on the left side. I'm going to bring this over on the left side. I want to make a 4-inch loop, okay? So I'm not going to squish it down, but I'm just going to kind of put it in there, and I can see the natural fold, the natural bend of that loop is at 4 inches. So I'm going to pinch and twist then on the right-hand side. So now I'm looking at the back side of the ribbon over here. Again, I'll put it through, and I want to push it down and just kind of pull it until the natural bend is at 4 inches, which is there. All right. I'm going to pinch and twist. I want to make 5 loops on either side. So here's loop number 2 on the left. Pinch and twist. number 2 on the right. And pretty much once you get that first loop, I just kind of look at the ribbon below it as to kind of be my guide. Pinch and twist. I have all my bee stuff in one container, and I finally got it out of storage. So I'm very excited to see what's in there. I also found I have a barbecue grill in there, like a little tiny little mini barbecue grill I got from like the Target dollar spot like years ago. But I want to make a summer wreath with that this year. I want to make like a barbecue themed wreath because I think that would be fun. It's not a working grill. Okay. And I will be checking my comments too. I got to go over and swipe, but I will do that as soon as I get done making this bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is my 5th loop on the left. Okay. My pinch and twist. Got my 5th loop on the right. Pinch and twist. Okay. Now I'm going to reach behind me real quick and grab a piece of pipe cleaner. I've already had these cut in half, so this is some extra pipe cleaner cut in half. That's all I'm going to use. So I'm going to cut this other end at 10 inches. Okay. And now I just want to add a pretty little dovetail. And I might shorten it, but I might not. Who knows? All right. There's a reason why my tails are so long, and you will see why in just a little bit. I'm pulling all of this up. Well, this is a nice thin ribbon, so I'm going to get a good, nice pinch out of the middle. Okay. Just going to do that. I'm going to push it against my chest. I'm going to use what God gave me. All right. And I'm twisting this whole thing. Okay. Here we go. So now I'm going to go tail up, tail down, tail up, tail down, kind of doing opposites. Middle. And then this one is the middle. And then this one comes up, and this one goes down. This one goes down, and this one goes up. It's all kind of like opposites. So I got a nice, big, loopy bow. I want to put my fingers in there and really make them more wide than long. That's kind of the look I'm going for with this. So now I have this on the back. So there's 2 different options here. The first option, which most people will do, is to take a stick or a pick of some sort, or whatever you have. If you want to put this in here and make it long, you could try to just jam that in there by itself, but honestly, then it'll bend, and sometimes you don't get a really good pierce into that. So if you have a longer one or even a shorter one, you take any one of your leftover stems from any part of this project. You could snip something off, especially off of the 60919. If you add a little bit of glue on there, and you put this on here, and then you would just wrap it right around the stem. That's why you should probably use the whole piece if you're going to wrap it this way. And then just cut off what stem you want, and that would stick in there. So that's how to do it like that. I, however, have a pick machine, and it's really heavy, and I don't want to bring it around. So I'm just going to add a pick to this really quick, and I'll come back and show you what that looks like, because most people don't have pick machines, so I'm not going to focus on that method right now. Okay. So what the pick machine does is, see this really, really sharp stabby thing that wants to go under your fingernail and cause you immense pain? Yeah, that's the floral pick. And that just basically it's a machine that just grabs right around here, and it takes these little teeth and just go, roar, and it holds on to whatever you're trying to get in there. So I've got a pick. Let me move my bow maker out of the way. Oops. Knocking into stuff. All right. I'm bringing this over. So I want my bow to go opposite of the handle. Not directly at the end, but a little bit angled toward me. Okay. So I'm not going to dip this in the glue pot for this one. I'm going to go just with the glue gun. The glue pot scares me, to be honest, even to this day. I'm a grown adult, and I'm scared of the glue pot. Well, there we go. All right. I'm trying to stand it up a little bit. All right. Perfect. I love these coming out. What I want to do now is I'm going to bring my glue gun over. I'm going to sit down for this. I got to sit shorter. I want to create some little bit of cascades coming down here, okay? So I'm actually going to glue it to the pot a little bit, okay? So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to put a little dab of glue right directly on the planter. I'm going to go through and I'm going to find that, and then I'm going to press that down. I'm going to make a little cascadey thing there. Okay. So that's going to hold there, and then I'm going to put a little tiny dab in the middle here to hold the bottom. I'm going to do the same kind of over here, but this one I might go a little bit lower, or maybe a little higher. Actually, maybe a little higher on that one. I don't want to have the loops exactly next to each other. Okay, a little higher. A little higher. There we go. Okay. And maybe I could do another little loopy. Okay. Push that down in there. Have these come out a little bit. Make a little loop. And there we go. And I'm right behind the rim there. Just a little tiny dab of glue is just going to hold that. All right, and there we go. It looks like that, which I think is super cute. I'm going to get the little glue snot out of the way. Okay. All right. To me, this is the hardest part of the whole thing. The rest of this is going to be super easy and relatively quick. Hello, Tina. Victoria, hi. Thanks for joining. Stina, Cynthia, new follower. Well, hello. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you for joining. I hope you have fun with us today. We do some fun stuff. Sometimes I make reads, but this time is going to be arrangements. Woo, super fun. And again, I got this planter from Hobby Lobby. I filled it with gaps and cracks. Don't do that with this one. Use the foam blocks because it kind of shot out the little bottom hole that I didn't see. But use block. And then now we're going to add in some greenery. So I'm going to start by adding in, this is a mixed greenery bush. You can get this from multiple suppliers. I like to get mine from DecoExchage. Sometimes I can find it less expensive if someone's running a sale. But that's typically where I get it from. This is a mixed greenery bush, so there's a whole bunch of stuff on here. It is the best filler bush in the world, if I dare say. It's got 3 pieces on here. I'm going to pull all 3 pieces apart. Okay? All 3 pieces apart. Get that one, get that one. Now the one in the middle, I'm going to use this in the middle, so I'm actually going to cut this a little bit down here because I want this to have some height. Okay? So that's what I'm trimming off. I'm going to do the same with the other bush. So I'm doing this again. And I know I need it all because I made a pink version of this just before we came live. So I wanted to kind of have a little bit of a run through to see what I was doing. And I did use both bushes of 60919. Okay. Now, the most important thing with these is we want to fluff them out. We don't want to just stick it in there like this. Everything needs to be moved apart. We need to take up as much real estate, and it doesn't want to look like it's choking. You see how that's a lot different from that? It just got a lot more movement to it. Now these things on the end, these kind of piss me off a little bit. They drive me nuts. So I literally just take these and I just curl them around my finger. I make a little curl, and then they're not so much in the way, but they're still there. Okay? So now I'm going to put this one in the middle. You know what? Guys, screw the glue pot. I just feel like I'm going to end up burning myself, and I'm going to move that to the back there. I'm going to burn myself, and I don't want to do that today. I'm having a bit of a, I don't know, what would you call it? A klutzy day? Yeah. So I'm just going to put the glue right on the stem. All right? And I'm just going to go right, now I'm going to go a little bit off center because I want this to kind of come in a little bit behind this bow here. So we can go off center with that one. Okay? But I kind of want the florals to kind of more be going out. This is the other piece of that, right? This is the one with the longer stem. So let's separate this one out. I'm going to kind of put these almost in there back to back. Okay. All fluffed. All right, put some glue on there. Okay. So this now also sets the maximum height for the total arrangement. So you can see that is the height we're going for. Everything else is going to kind of come down and be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, and 4 for the rest of the pieces here. Okay. So let's separate all this out. And again, I want these taller pieces to kind of be more here, and I want the florals to kind of be coming out. So that's the way we're going to go with that. I'm going to try to hold this together. It did break apart a little bit, but I think it'll be okay putting that into the foam because this foam is not super hard. Okay. One. Again, separate all these out. Gosh, I love me some good 60919. Here we go. All right. Spreading this out again. Going down this way. And we do have other greenery we can put in here as well if we need to. I'm going to put this one not right behind the handle, but kind of more just a little slightly in front of it. All right. Move that out. Okay, so now I got these two spots over here. Okay. I like to separate the long ones and put that one in between. All right. Add my glue. When I was using the glue pot too, I was putting too much on it, and it was kind of like, I was worried I was going to end up having glue like dump off of it and onto something else as I was putting this together, which of course I don't want. Okay, and you see that's the spot for the last one. We are going to put more greenery in here and some other stuff, so don't worry. We've got lots of stuff to fill this in. All right, adding my glue. You could also use a pick. If I had it with me and I was going a little closer and wasn't doing this live, I would use my pick machine. Here we go. All right, so you can see we still have some room down there to put some stuff. So that's where some of the Astilbe is going to come in later when we're done. We're going to put that on later. What we want to put in next, what I want to do is to go put in the roses, because then I can kind of fill in the gaps later with the other materials. So here are my roses. Now these came from Old Time Pottery. I believe ours has closed. I got these last year. It's sad that it closed. Everything's closing. Joanne, oh God, don't even get me started on Joanne. I'm going to cry. I am going to cry. That's where I got a lot of my black roses for Halloween. It's not fair. It's not fair, Joanne. Come back. Yeah, it's just sad. It's very unfortunate. All right, I'm gonna cut this one kind of long, maybe a little bit longer. I want to see, where do we want to put this one? I like to start by putting a really tall one in the center. There we go. Now these are all the same height with these roses. I'm going to go down a little bit. I want my greenery to be above that. Okay. Now I do have some leaves that were on some other things that I can pilfer and add on to here, because I don't want to waste anything. If I've got some green leaves that that I can use here, then I'm gonna. Let's see if I can get it on there. There we go. So I can push one group up to the top, one kind of more down at the bottom. Okay. All right. See how it's kind of going? We're going downward like that. This was not as tall as that. It came down a little bit. Okay. The same with this one. I'm stealing the leaves from that thing that I'd already snipped off, and we are going to put it on here. It's a little tricky to get it lined up right, but I mean, it should go. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're going to be difficult now, are you? I don't know why this one doesn't want to go on. It doesn't like me today. That's all right. I don't like me today either. That's all right. All right. Screw it. Change of plans. I left it off. There's only so much time I'm going to devote to trying to get that on there. I'm going on the other side. We're going to go right down here. Push down a little bit more. There we go. All right. This one's going a little bit shorter. Okay. The last one, I felt like I was hitting the bottom of the planter. So now I'm going to go down kind of like another little, like a little level shorter. There we go. Bring it around. So I want to make sure I've got enough to put some roses down along the bottom. I do have some other roses I can add. They're slightly darker yellow, and they came from, they're like mini roses. They're my favorite mini roses. They came from Hobby Lobby. Okay. This one. You can see if I rotate this, you can see kind of here. We got a little spot. It's literally just waiting there. It's like just telling me where it wants to go. Okay. So now I have 3 roses left, and I kind of want to fill out kind of what's going around here along the bottom. So I'm going to cut these a little bit closer with the stem. I'm going to push that greenery up a little bit. So you push this up. That's why we like ones that are pushers. That doesn't sound appropriate. All right. Got all 3 cut off. Let's see if I can add some more flowers to this. My whole goal, I really want to put enough greenery in here that I don't have to use that Spanish moss stuff, because that stuff makes me makes me gag. I hate Spanish moss. Nasty. Blech. All right. Put this. We're gonna go right down here. I might have to use some of those little mini roses. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to put one right kind of by the handle. And then one right back here. Push this. Let's push this white stuff up a little bit. There we go. Push that all up. Steal in another leaf. There we go. These arrangements actually go pretty quick. And honestly, in my boutique space, this is what has been selling for me is arrangements and bows, not wreaths. So I am trying to make sure I got a lot of arrangements there right now, especially for Easter. Okay. So this is what we've got. That's where our bow is. So it's looking good, but it just feels like, I'm going to bend this a little bit. It's too up and down. There we go. It just feels a little sparse. Okay, so I think I'm going to go over and grab some of those roses really quick. Ooh. Okay, these don't have particularly long stems, so these came from Michael's. They were $9.99 full price, but you know we don't ever pay full price. No, no, no. We don't want to do that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to add, I think, some of this because I want to add some height. Then I'm going to add some of this, and I'm going to add these in last as kind of like little sweet touches because I don't want them to get overshadowed by this greenery. Okay, so I'm going to take the longest piece in this bush. All right, well, oh, I forgot I turned off the glue pot. Okay, I'll turn it back on. Wait, it's still going on. I can't turn it back on now. Hold on. All right, going in. There we go. It's added some extra little stuff in there. Okay. All right, I turned it on. Oh, why am I so scared for glue? It's crazy. It's just crazy. Cynthia, you've got Old Time Pottery in Georgia. I hope you get to keep yours. I really do. They had really good florals, and I mean, mine was probably a good 45-minute drive away, but I would go. You know, I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more to find a place with florals that I can use in all the crap I make. Oh, sorry. Now it's going to be stuck in my head all day long. Oh. I know that song came out in the 90s and it was the Proclaimers and everything, but every time I hear that song, I only think back to how Family Guy used it with Peter. If you know, you know. All right. I'm liking adding some of this stuff. This is some good stuff. Good stuff here. And again, this was $5.99 at Hobby Lobby, but I think I got it less. Because I never pay full price unless I'm like committed to make something and I have no other choice. Which is rare. Usually I've got enough stuff here that it's not an issue. But sometimes you just run out and you don't realize you don't have enough. Okay, now let's add some kind of here around by the bow. All right. Cut some here. I like these because we're pushing these up, right? But I don't necessarily need a super, super long piece. I'm going to put one right in here. Yeah. Mama like. All right, here we go. Oh. I'm a little arrangement out. I made a bridal bouquet and 7 bridesmaids bouquets and another table arrangement for my stepdaughter's wedding that's in 2 weeks. I did all that on Saturday night, and I'm a little tired. Yesterday I just sat on the couch like a lump. And then I made some more stuff. I feel guilty if I sit there and I'm not making something. And that shouldn't be, but that's just how I felt. Okay. I'm going to maybe put a couple, I'm going to push this up really high on a piece or two. Because I don't really want this super tall, but I want to try to start adding this more on the base, the bottom. It's a little too much there, but I think maybe, no, it's too much there. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I need a little something right in here. All right, so I'm going to push that up. I'm going into the glue pot. I'm going to pull my ribbon way away so I don't get any glue on it. I can go right in here. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm actually going to take these longer pieces and try to kind of like weave them in, because to me they're hanging just a little bit too much. So I'm just going to weave them back in here. There we go. That is better. That is better. Okay. I'm going to use some of this Astilbe now. Now, I don't necessarily have to use the whole piece at once. See how it's... I'm going to cut it, like right here, so I can make 2 pieces out of this. And I can put some down toward the bottom. If you look like right down here, there's some room to put some stuff. Just a little bit. This is going to go on the other side. Right down here. There we go. All right. I might try to put a long piece. I got a nice long piece here. I'm going to put this, I'm going to go in the center. I think kind of right here could use a little something. So let's put some glue on there. Sorry, all you're seeing is my arm. I'm sorry about that. All right, go over there until I find the spot. All right. right here. See, there's like a bit of a hole right there. Not for long. Let's go shove that in a hole. That doesn't sound appropriate. You know what I mean. All right. It's looking pretty. Let's see what else I want some. Okay, right in there. I don't want to put too much, but just enough. I feel like I want to put some kind of like right in here. Okay. I've got some here. This is not a terribly long piece. And if it is a little bit too long, like sometimes I want to be able to push it in enough, so I will actually just take off the little ones down here. But I snip off the little end just so I can push it in all the way without anything interfering. Okay. Go, 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 go. Lovely. Okay. I think I'm good on the Astilbe. These in a little bit further. There we go. There. Put the beads in the front. Get the glue off of there. All right, now I'm going to go in and put in a couple of these. Again, this came from Michael's. These don't have to be super big, just enough to add just a little bit more floral touch. I wish I'd had more. I used some of that floral bush on something else. Push it down a little bit and then kind of angle it. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, I'm going to grab a long one from the middle. I'm going to put it right down into here. Just to kind of fill in just a little bit. Oh, pretty. You know, I kind of like having the different variations because these are a little bit darker yellow. That's a little bit lighter yellow. It doesn't all have to be the same exact yellow. All right, let's see where else we're going to go with some of this. I want to put a small one down here. Okay, it needs a little bit of a touch of a floral accent, so I'm going to go down here. Why is it not going in? Oh, I'm hitting something, that's why. There we go. Got some pretty little floral down at the bottom then. Let's see what else. This is a nice long one. Let's cut this one long. I feel like right here definitely needs something. See, it's kind of like a little void space. Sometimes the arrangement will tell you where it needs to go. There we go. In the front, I see one. Right down here, I want to put something. Because again, my goal is also to have enough stuff in here where I don't have to put in the godforsaken Spanish moss. Bleh. Stuff is disgusting. But it works, so I can't bitch about it too much because it works. It works. All right, right in here. I'm gonna add some. And then I've got one more after this, and then this one, I think, we can call it a day. All right, here's our last one. I'm going to take a good look here. Let's see where we want this to go. Right here. There's florals all around, but that is the one spot that's missing some, so let's move the leaves up toward the top. Okay. Don't burn yourself, don't burn yourself. All right. And I like to make a path with my other fingers way out of the way so I don't drip glue on myself. what I usually end up doing is getting the glue on a floral next to it, and then I put my hand on it. Okay. And then the piece de resistance at the end, we are going to put in this little thing that says, be happy. Okay. Now it's going to probably have to go more maybe toward the back-ish a little bit, because this stick is not super, super long. But I got the handle here and the bow here, and I think I want it to go kind of like right in here. So let's see. There we go. I was like, why are the bees off there? There we go. Be happy. Perfect. Okay, this is our finished Be Happy arrangement. Here we go. He's in there nice and cute. You might find you're going to have some little glue strands, and that's okay. They pull right off the porcelain. Give it a nice blow. Kind of see your glue strings that way. Or you can use a hairdryer too, but if you get too close, then it's just going to re-glue it. Okay. Sorry. I know this is not the fun part. Like, all we see is if we're holding it up too close. All right. Doing a once over. Oh boy, that glue string went far. Dang. All right. Here we go. There's our handle. Come down. Here's our handle. And then here's our bow. We made this bow with 1.5 inch ribbon. It had 10-inch tails, and it had 4-inch loops, 5 loops on either side. Okay, we finished that one. Now,
I have a separate video for that second project that's under Whimsical Trunk Arrangement. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on social media and shop at sweetariadecor.com.